Word, Chapter 3, Section B, page 255. Let's start by going to Word. In this lesson, we'll be making a newsletter as well as some mailing labels. And let's go to Open Other Documents. And I'm going to browse to the location where I have my files that I pulled down for this week's lesson. And see here, okay, I'm going to go to the file. Student data files is where you should have pulled them down. And the name of the file you want to grab for this week is W03 Environment Newsletter. So click that and hit open. And we want to go ahead and save this by going to File, Save As, and I'm going to browse to my home. Actually, I have it right there. And I'm going to call this my last name. Call this 3B Environment Newsletter, and then save. Okay, let's start by grabbing the first line, and let's go ahead and change the font size. We can use the mini toolbar, or we can come up here to change the font size to 16 and change the font style to font type to Arial Black. So we're changing the font size to 18. 18 in Arial Black. Okay, and then we're going to grab the first two paragraphs. Basically, these two. This refers to the first two paragraphs here. Okay, and we're going to change the font color. We drop this down to, it says blue accent 1 dark 50, which I believe is right here. Blue accent 1 dark 50. And we want to go ahead and give it a line underneath of it. So we're going to go up to here and select borders and shading. And we're going to set the color to, again, the same color we set a moment ago. Blue accent 1 dark 50%. We're going to change the width to 3. And we're going to put it below, right here. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK. Okay. All right. Next thing to do is let's go ahead and grab University. And let's go ahead and select all the way down to space. We don't want to select the last line. We want to select this. We want to go up to the Page Layout tab. We're going to create columns. We're going to work with columns in this lesson. So Page Layout, Columns, and select 2. All right, and you can see we have 2 columns. Let's go ahead and save. All right, page 258 in formatting multiple columns. Hopefully you still have all your text selected. Let's go ahead and change the after. Go to the page layout and change the after to 6 point. And let's go ahead and change the alignment to justify, which basically, like, again, as I've mentioned before, similar to like newsprint. Okay. All right, bottom page 258, inserting a column break. Let's go ahead and put our cursor to the left of harvesting daylight. All right, and let's go up. There's a couple of ways you can do this. Let's go up to page layout, and let's go to breaks, and let's go to column, which creates a column break. You also could have gone to insert and different breaks here as well. Different insert breaks here as well. But the way I mentioned is here, breaks, and go column break. All right. Let's go ahead and Control Home to bring us to the beginning of our document, and we're going to go ahead and insert a picture from the internet. Now, if you don't have this, if you run the same thing I found a moment ago, where you go to Insert Online Pictures and you type in for Office Clip Art Recycling Bottles. If you don't find the one listed, I actually saved it for us in the class. So all you have to do is download the file. It's called Recycling Bottles. It's under Week 3 Content. I'm sorry, Word Chapter 3 Content. I actually have it saved here, which is right here. Recycling, and hit Insert. This is the actual file, the image that they want. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit Control End to bring us down the end of the document, and let's go back to Insert Online Pictures. And this time we're going to type in green recycling symbol here, and we'll just go ahead and select the first one. You should find this one here, and select Insert. Okay. We're going to change the font, the height to 0.5. 0.5. Okay. And I'm going to go to the options here and select square, and then we're going to go more. Okay. From here, this is something we've done. We did things similar to this in the last lesson. We're going to go to the alignment arrow for horizontal, and we're going to select center with the page, and then we're going to go aligned bottom to the margin. To the margin. And we're going to hit OK. You see that we have it's now down at the bottom here. Okay, go ahead and Control Home to bring you to the top of the document. And we want to go ahead next part and work with this picture here. The next part of the lesson we'll be looking at is cropping a picture. And you can see on page 261, we want to go up to the crop. Select crop, and we have these little boxes, these little lines here. This point here, we want to take it and we want to slide it over to right about, if you can kind of eye it, the five. It's kind of eye it. What that does, it actually eliminates the rest of the text, the picture. So that's how you crop a picture. We haven't changed the size or the resolution. We just took away part of the option. Okay, so let's go ahead and right-click on the picture itself. We're going to change the size. So let's go size and position. And as long as we make sure you have the relative to original picture size, come down to height and change this to 10. So you tab over the height goes along with it. Okay, and go ahead and hit OK. You can see how it adjusts the size. Okay, all right. Let's go up to Picture Tools Format, and we're going to give it Apply Text Square Text Wrapping. We also want to adjust the alignment functions by going to, again, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can go Position, Layout, or you can actually right-click on the picture itself and select Size and Position, and just go to Position. Bottom of page 262, we're going to change the horizontal alignment to left relative to the column, which it already is set, and we're going to set the vertical alignment top relative to the margin. Top relative to the margin, and click OK. All right. Page 263, setting transparency colors as well as recoloring a picture. Okay, let's go ahead and change the zoom in so you can see a little better. So let's go zoom this out to 200. Okay, and let's go over here. So we want to apply transparency to this background here. So if we're in the Picture Tools Format box and we go to the Adjust Group and select Color, and we go to Set Transparent Color, our cursor becomes a little pencil with an arrow. So put your cursor in this little dark section here, and that resets the color to basically turns off the black color in the background. Okay. Go ahead and escape and hit Control End to bring you down to the bottom document. Go ahead and select this picture, and let's go to the Picture Tools Format tab. And on the far left side of the ribbon, we're going to go to Color, and we're going to come down to the Recolor, and we're going to select all at the bottom, the olive green accent 3. So we're just basically changing the color, accent 3 light. Okay. Page 263, adjusting the brightness and contrast. You should still have the recycle option selected. Let's go up to corrections, and under brightness and contrast, put your cursor over the top of different pictures options. You can see how it changes it. We're ultimately going to check the last row in the first setting, which if you put your cursor over, it says brightness 40, contrast 40. Plus, Brightness minus 40, contrast plus 40. Okay. Once you're done with that, go ahead and adjust the zoom out to 0. Okay. Inserting a screenshot. All right. At the end, go up to the first column and put your cursor, the first paragraph, put your cursor to the right of the word guidelines. And then we're going to go to the intranet. And we're going to find www.epa. We're going to select the site here, which is listed on step 1, page 264. Okay. And then we're going to go back to our document. We're going to go up to the Insert tab. We're going to go to Screenshot, and we're going to select this option. And it basically, since this point is going to ask us if we want to automatically hyperlink, we're going to hit No, and inserts a screenshot into our document. At this point, it treats the screenshot like a normal picture. You can see we have all this normal picture options here. So let's go ahead and give it a black text 1 border. So we're going to give it a picture border button, black text 1. Okay, page 265, applying small caps font effect. Let's go ahead in the first tab, in the first row, and select recycling trash. So again, let's go to select recycling trash. And let's go right click on that and select font. Okay, we can also do the same thing by going to here as well. All right, and let's go ahead and change the font color to blue, 5th column, last color, blue accent 1, darker 50%. Okay, let's change it to bold, and let's also choose small caps. All right, and that's how you apply small caps. As the next part of the lesson says, let's go ahead and take this formatting and apply it to the remainder of the headings by going to the Home tab in the Format Painter. Okay, so let's go up to the Home tab and double click the Format Painter. Okay, you can see how my cursor changes now. I'm going to go apply it to the other headings here on the right side. This is a little bit tricky, but once you learn how to do it, it really is useful. Okay, go ahead and escape when you're done with that, and let's go give us a 12-point after by putting your cursor here. Go to the Page Layout tab, and go ahead and select in 12-point. Okay, page 266, inserting special symbols and special characters into your lesson. Go ahead down on the heading below, next to the word facility. Put your cursor to the left of the word facility. Let's go to the on the Insert tab. We're going to insert an M dash, which is, as the book says, is for emphasis. So let's go to Symbol and More Symbols and Special Characters, and select the first one and hit Insert. And that basically, again, is intended to give kind of emphasis. And close. And that's how you insert an M dash. Okay, page 267, adding borders to a paragraph. We basically want to border this paragraph to set it aside. So go ahead and select the text here, as you can see. All right, and let's go ahead up to the Home tab in the paragraph group and drop this down and select borders and shading. Okay, and then from here we can apply a border like we did with the page border. So let's go to Shadow, and let's change the color to blue accent 1, darker 50, which we should all know this point is the 5th row bottom. Okay, and let's change the width to 1 point. Okay, we also want to give some shading, so let's go over to shading and drop this down and select select blue accent 1, lighter 80, which is right here, I believe it is. Oh. Okay, you can see I'm seeing the little screen tip. You can see it applies to paragraph and hit OK. Okay. We'll go ahead and also, let's go ahead and center the text while we have it selected as well. All right. Okay. So this is the first. We're done with this document. Let's go ahead and let's go to File, and let's go to Show All Properties, and we're going to give it under the tags. Let's go ahead and add newsletter and January. Okay. And if you go down to related people, you can change this here as well. Okay. Okay, let's go to File, and let's go to Close because we're finished with that document. All right. Next part of the lesson, we'll be working on what's called a mail merge. What a mail merge is useful for is people have databases like spreadsheets and access databases with information. Mail merge allow you to create labels, envelopes, things to this extent. And that's what this next part of the lesson, we'll be creating labels. Let's go to File, and let's go to New, Blank Document. And we're going to call this first name, last name, 3B mailing labels. So let's go to Save As, and we're going to go to Browse, Computer. We're going to go to our Word Chapter 3 homework folder, and we're going to call this one again Shodel. Your last name actually. 3B mailing labels, and we're going to save it. All right. We also need to go ahead and open up a file as well that we have that we pulled down earlier with our lesson for the addresses, the source of our information. So let's go to Documents, and let's go to Hack. And if you open student address, which is called addresses, by the way, 3B addresses. Okay, this is basically a simple table. Okay, so let's go down to the bottom of the table. We're going to add a new record. Putting a cursor, let's go put a cursor on the last one. Hit Tab, and let's go ahead and add the middle of page 269. Monica Warren, and again I hit Tab over to get to each of the different boxes. 5626 Summer Road, number 234, Lakeland, Tennessee, 38002, and then we're going to save it. Okay, and we're going to close that. This will be, remember, this will be our source of information. Okay, so we go back to our mailing labels, and we go to Mailings, and we're going to Start Mail Merge Wizard, and we're going to select Step by Step Mail Merge Wizard. On the right hand side, we get our different. This is our mail merge wizard. The different steps. The first thing we do is to select the type, which will be labels. So we select labels, and we hit Starting Documents. Okay. Next thing we do is we want to list label options. So go to Label Options. Okay. And from here, we can select the vendor type. Mine is already set for Avery US letter, and the type, product number, which is 5160 Easy Peel Labels. Okay, once you have those two selected, hit OK. Okay. Now, one of the things the book will also say to you is if you don't have your grid lines on, go to the layout table and select the grid lines. That allows you to see what the lines are. All right. The next thing we want to select the recipients by hitting Select Recipients, and we're going to go to Browse, and we're going to look for that document we just created. We just worked on a couple moments ago, the address document. I know mine is selected under Hack. I know where mine is. Hopefully you saved yours in a place where you can find it. And I select this file and I hit Open. All right. Now you can see we have a list of all the different names we added, as well as Monica Warren. Now, let's say we want to add another entry, as the book tells us on page 260. I'm sorry, over on page 271. We select the source down here and hit Edit. Okay. On this box here, we can actually peruse the different options, the different entries. We can also hit Add New. So let's hit Add New, and we're going to add in Sharon Williams. The address will be 1251 Parker Road, unit number 843. City would be Memphis, Tennessee. The address is 38123. And we're going to hit close, and we're going to hit OK. Okay. And on to the next step, arranging your labels. Okay, so let's go to here and select address block on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we can select the different formats. If we put our cursors on the different formats, it shows us the different formats. Let's go ahead and select Josh Randall Jr. But we also need to match up the field, because right now we have a unit field that doesn't really match up with anything that's currently there. So we go to match fields. We come down to address 2, drop this down and select unit. Again, what that will do is that will essentially match up the unit on our table to the address 2 on the mailing labels. We hit OK, we hit OK, and we hit update all labels. This is an important step, because if you don't do this, it won't apply the address block. Okay, so we go ahead and hit preview your labels, and you can see what the labels look like. All right. Okay, go ahead and complete mail merge wizard, and we can go ahead and close this. And we want to go ahead and we want to adjust the formatting by hitting Control A to select all the text. Let's go to the page layout tab, and let's go ahead and adjust the before to 3 and hit enter. You'll see that it basically adjusts as well. Now, page 273 talks about sorting the mail merge wizard, these options. We still have everything selected. Go to mailings and go to edit recipient list. And from here, if we hit sort by last name, click here to sort it. You'll notice that what happens if we hit OK, it sorts accordingly. And that, okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's go to File. Let's go to Properties, and let's go to Show Document. Okay, show all properties. Go ahead and give it the tag of label. Okay, make sure your course name is here, and that's the end of this lesson. And that is the end of lesson 3B.